Gaither doesn't have to chop dog food before he does one of those homecoming videos. Y'all, I can't do nothing right. Do you hear that music? Happy Monday, everybody. Hello, TaRanda Music is here and in the house. BJ Palmer, Sandy Watkins, Mary Benson. Welcome to Mondays with Mark, everybody. Let me show you what I meant to show you at the beginning of the show. Come on in here, Colleen. Colleen's going to help me co-host. She's going to be my Tammy Faye tonight.
Oh, yes. Praise the Lord.
Here's Tammy Faye. And, y'all, listen, if you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Get rid of my gum. Welcome to Mondays with Mark. Let me turn on my little logo. See, I am the director, the producer, the host. And now I have a co-host for tonight, Colleen, my dear friend, who I've known how many years?
30-something.
30-something years.
30-something.
Has it been that long?
Yes, it's been that long. We've been
friends for 30-something years. And so she was in there grading papers because you teach what?
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade. So she came over to spend a little bit of Labor Day with me. And she teaches fourth grade. Do you love all your students?
I do. I have 65 students this year.
No, it's just us. Mm-hmm. No one sees this.
Okay.
This is, I feel like you need to come this way a little bit. This is not ABC, NBC, CBS. So tell me about the student you really can't stand.
Oh, I can't say that.
Oh, you have
no,
one?
not yet.
It's early in the year.
It's too early in the year, yeah.
And they're already having
progress reports.
Progress reports, and it's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Have you been able to teach them anything in 3 weeks they didn't already know?
Well, probably we're just doing basic review right now. So at the beginning of the year, that's what it is.
And this is your 34th year.
Yes. I'm so excited because I just found out that it's my 34th year to teach.
And next year?
Well, possible retirement.
After 34 years. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So listen, y'all, look around. I'll get back to Colleen in a minute. I can't remember all the stuff I'm supposed to tell you about. Look around the channel. I've been posting on here since 2006, and if you can dig around on here, there's stuff back when I was young. And let's see, and hit the subscribe button so you'll know every Monday when we go live. And I go live spontaneously throughout the week, too, for a lot of fun things I do. And you're welcome to join me there. Also, next week, the Collingsworth family are going to be on Mondays with Mark. Do you know them?
No, I don't.
Well, they are good. It's a family, and they look Pentecostal, but they're not. See how they got their hair doing?
I do.
I'm going to ask them what they are next week, so you tune in, all right?
Okay.
And but the Collingsworth family, I know you love them if you're familiar with them. It's a wonderful family, and they got beautiful girls and a son and a grandbaby. And they all sing except the grandbaby. I think the grandbaby just got here. But it's, let me take their picture down. And so they'll be here next Monday. Also, make sure you are signed up for my Spring Fling Cruise. Colleen's coming on the cruise.
I'm going to be there.
And it's going to be fun. It's in March of 2019, just coming up. And the Ball brothers are going to be on there. TaRanda Greene is going to be on there. And she's on the show today. Don't go away, anybody. And Stan Whitmire, of course, will be on there. And the Ball brothers, I said that already. And the Martins. And so it's filling up fast.
And Brett Jones.
Oh, yeah, my pastor, Brett Jones. Y'all, you're going to love him. We're going to figure out some time where we can sit down and he and I can talk like we do on car conversations. And every time we get together, we talk about God. And he knows stuff. And you're going to like the God he knows. It's Jesus. He's a good preacher.
He is. He's great.
Anyway, so come on the cruise. You'll meet Colleen. Maybe you'll draw some people to the cruise.
Well, maybe so. We're going to have fun.
We are. You love karaoke, don't you?
I do. I do love.
And we're going to have pajama karaoke.
That'll be fun.
Won't that be
we'll
fun?
Have a special
Come
number.
this way a little bit. Yeah, we'll have to do unforgettable. That's what you are. Then you go
unforgettable.
Say
so near or far.
See?
See?
Y'all come be with us. Okay, let me tell you what else we're going to do. Go to the Mark Lowry Spring Fling Cruise. Wait, no, it's marklowrycruise.com. And you'll learn about the Mark Lowry Spring Fling Cruise. All right, let's see what else we got to talk. Oh, we have a special at marklowry.com/store right now. You can get the Mark Lowry bobblehead. Everybody needs a bobblehead. You put that on your dashboard, and then I'll judge you while you drive. $8. $8. If you go right now to marklowry.com right after the show, go to marklowry.com/store, and you get my bobblehead. And it's not idolatry. I don't care what anyone says. Also we got this. Let me see if I can show you this brand new. Hold on. Brand new dinner conversations. Go to dinnerconversation.com. It's 7 hours of sitting at the table, eating, which is one of my favorite things to do, and talking. We talk with Sandy Patty, Ken Davis, Shonda Pierce, Patsy Claremont. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. There's music on there. There's an interview of Patsy that has not been published on YouTube or podcasting or anywhere, of Patsy Claremont interviewing me. And so you might want to hear that. And it's on Dinner Conversations. So go to dinner-conversations.com if you're interested in that. What else do I want to tell y'all about? Anything else? TaRanda Greene is here. Now, how much do you love TaRanda Greene?
I love her. She's a great girl.
She is a good girl.
She is.
And she can sing, too.
She can sing.
And she's got a brand new, hold on, let me find it. Here it is. A brand new release on Stowtown Records. And it's called Healing. The Healing. Not just healing, but the healing. And she's here right now. Let me bring her on, y'all. Would you please welcome TaRanda Greene? Hey, TaRanda.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Colleen.
Hey, TaRanda.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, and all your people are watching. All your people are watching. You posted it on your Facebook so everybody knows.
I did. I posted it on Facebook and Twitter and Insta.
And all of it.
I called my mama. My mama's supposed to be watching.
Is your mama? And my friend Paula Johnson. Hey, Paula. That's Doug Oldham's daughter. You remember Doug Oldham?
Oh, yeah. I met her with you in Lynchburg.
Yeah, well, you may have met Dee Dee. Dee Dee is her sister.
Oh, that's right. It was Dee Dee.
Yeah,
You're right.
There's Paula, the older sister, then Dee Dee. And Paula and I talk on that Marco Polo a lot.
Yes.
Do you do Marco Polo?
I do. I might have to find you on there.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're on there, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's not on Facebook or any of it. Can you believe it?
I wonder if you can, no, because Marco Polo is just friend to friend, isn't it? So it's not like a mass audience.
No.
Like, or something.
All right, you can go.
We'll have to look for you.
She's got to go grade more papers.
I'll see you later.
And I've got to dig you with questions.
Oh.
I've got to find some stuff out of it. For anybody tuning in who may have never heard of TaRanda Greene, she's seated right here. Where are you in? What part of Tennessee?
In Johnson City.
Johnson City, Tennessee. And I love that I can be here in Houston. You're in Johnson City. We're live around the world. There are people watching all over. Look at here. Mary Benson says, I love you, TaRanda. Rick, I'm putting up the comments. Rick, I don't know, Budorak says a big agape hug. Gilbert Harris says, so happy to see you, TaRanda. Hannah says, do a lot of laughing tonight. Deborah, hello, Colleen and TaRanda and Mark. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Chris Ladd, you're here. Joanne Bybee, Virginia LaRue. And if you're watching this on the playback later, you can hit on the right. You can watch the comments as they were delivered tonight live. So yeah, I don't know how that works, but you click a little button to the right under comments while you're watching this, and you can watch them. I did that the other day after one of the broadcasts. TaRanda, do you remember? I love this story, even though it was kind of embarrassing to think back on. My first time I ever laid eyes on you.
I remember it because I was like 12 years old.
And where were we?
We were in St. Petersburg, Florida. and you came and did a whole night by yourself. And it was back when you were doing Baby Baby,
Oh, yeah.
like that album, remember?
Baby. Well, that must have been 1992 or somewhere back there. What year were you born? And let's figure it up. Were you 12?
79.
You
I
were.
was 79. I was somewhere around 12 years old.
So you wait.
So it would have been 92,
Yeah,
93, something like
that
that,
right?
92.
Yeah. And you waited in line afterwards or something?
I
And
did. I waited in line. I was a huge fan.
yeah.
Mama, it was interesting because my mom, we only listened to gospel music.
Right.
Well, Southern gospel music, because CCM and AC, that was not gospel music. That was worldly. So we listened to Southern gospel music, and I was so excited because my mama would let me come see you in concert. And so we got through the whole night. Of course, you were hysterical and you were loving and all of the wonderful things you are. And I came to the front of the stage, waited in line. You were sitting on the steps, red carpet, like I can still see it in my mind's eye. And you had a double-breasted jacket on. And I had on a red tank top and purple shorts. Apparently, Mama didn't care to tell me.
Red tank top. Let me picture this. Red tank top, purple shorts. Okay.
It was ugly. It was, but I don't know. I can't explain that, but here's what happened. I came up to you and I said, "Hi, Mark." I was so nervous to meet you, and I said, "Hi, Mark." You said, "Hey, what's your name?" I said, "My name's TaRanda." And immediately you said back to me, "What kind of name is TaRanda?" And I thought all of my dreams shattered, and no, they didn't. But I was
What
like,
did you?
"Oh, it's the name." Blah, blah, blah.
Did you explain what kind of name it was?
I did. I told you my great aunt takes names in the baby book, and she takes them apart and puts them together and comes up with unique names.
So you have heard.
And I was one of the recipients.
But you know what? Think about it. You can go by one name.
Right. I mean, who else has the name TaRanda?
I mean, no, unless your aunt named somebody else. I've never met one.
Well, there are a few little girls after I started singing that their moms named them after me. So I know of, I think they're, including me, I think there's 5 in the world that I know of.
So how did you end up in the Greens? So the first time I heard of you singing was the Greens. Is that right?
Right. Right. My family sang in Florida, but we were just at local churches there in Florida. But when I came onto the Southern gospel music scene, it was with the Greens. They're out of Boone, North Carolina. And I was 18 years old. I went to a talent contest back when they used to have big talent contests with Bill Bailey. He's still promoting today in Florida. And won the talent contest singing. The Hoppers were on stage that night, and the talent contest winner got to sing on stage with the big artists.
Wow!
I got to sing one song, and after I sang the song, Connie Hopper and Kim Hopper were standing side stage, and they stopped me, and Kim said, "Are you wanting to do this for a living, or are you just having fun?" And I said, "Well, I'm open to anything." And she
and
said,
how old were you at this time?
I was 18.
18.
I just turned 18. I turned 18 in April, and this was like June, so not too far. So I had a scholarship for Stetson University in DeLand, Florida. So I was headed to college, but Tony Greene called me, and I thought, well, I can go to college and I can learn more about it, or I can do it and then go to college later.
Right.
And so I ended up going on the road. I got hired with the Greens when I was 18. Later that year in November, in 1997, and started, 4 days a week on the road on a bus.
Who were your musical influences growing up? Because you and Kim Hopper are very, very similar. Was she someone you looked up to?
Well, she does have that belting thing down great, and when I came with the Greens, she gave me a lot of tips as far as I was classically trained. I sung gospel music my whole life, but I was classically trained for 4 years with minor in jazz. And so when I auditioned for the Greens, I didn't have quite the nasal sound that they were used to with their group. And so Kim actually on the phone would talk to me and help me along the way.
Really?
create that Southern gospel sound
All right,
because I was
explain
too
that.
open.
Let me hear the difference. Give me what you're talking about. Show me.
Okay, so if you can imagine, like, and I sang outside last night, so my voice isn't the greatest right now, but like, think of like Julie Andrews, like,
Okay.
the hills are alive, like it's very
Right.
open with the sound of music, and that resonating
Right.
more here. Whereas in Southern gospel, we would say, the hills are alive.
So it's more throaty.
It can be chest throat, but it points here instead of resonating in your cavity up here.
Oh.
Whereas with classical music, you as a soprano. What happened? It's very open. With the sound.
Is that you
Do
or
you hear
me?
that?
Yes.
Right. More here. Whereas in Southern gospel, we would say,
Oh my goodness! Hold on.
Mark, what's going on?
Is that you or me?
I'm not. I didn't do anything.
Oh, y'all! I don't know what in the world is happening. My computer is demon possessed.
Whereas with classical music, do we need?
I have no idea what is happening.
How do you stop it?
I don't know.
Mark.
What?
Your other personality.
Oh my gosh.
To me right now.
Oh, hold on. Let me think.
It's not me. I don't know what to do.
Do you have any apps on, like Safari or anything?
No, I don't have. I mean, I'm on Landon's
Like,
laptop.
mute.
Hang on. He's gonna check. Is anything open? Stop it.
When I hit my mute button, does it go away?
What are you doing, Landon?
Is it?
Wait. We get it?
I don't know.
Did it stop?
Oh, y'all. How weird. How strange. Oh, my.
I'm sweating.
Okay, y'all. This is strange. Hey, I apologize. All of y'all tuned in. I don't apologize.
If it's going to happen.
It might as well happen here. Everybody's praying. Look.
Personalities.
Oops. You're right, Glenda Newton. That was a oops. And Rose Missionary's on her knees praying. Hold on. Hey, Mark and TaRanda, I heard of her. Love her. Oh, my gosh. Linda Kozart just thinks it's hysterical. She's got LO. What were we talking about?
It happens. It's live. Okay, so we were talking about Southern gospel placement.
Okay.
So a lot of times Southern gospel placement can be like the Isaacs have that bluegrass tone. And so, God made each of us individually. So it's going to place a little differently. But anyway, my tones were too open. They sounded too classical for the gospel industry. So Kim would help me focus those and focus those more into a point rather than so.
Right, and then then you married the owner of the group. That's one way to get the bus.
Well, you go big or you go home, and
yeah, right. And then he got sick. Tell everybody who doesn't know. Okay, you married. What was his name? I forgot it.
Tony. I married Tony.
Gosh, my brain just 60. Don't turn 60. Tony, right. And he got sick.
He had 6 months into our marriage. He got sick with kidney failure, and God sustained him. We had two beautiful kids that they told us we most likely wouldn't be able to have. So God blessed us with two beautiful children.
Sure did.
And right after Josie was born, his kidney started failing even more. And he did dialysis for a while. And then in 2009, I gave him a kidney. And we're a perfect match. In 2010,
is unbelievable right there.
Unbelievable. And the doctor said had we been born twins, it wouldn't have been a closer match. Can you believe that? So we did the kidney transplant in August 2009. In 2010, he developed a lung disease that his body couldn't fight. And in September of 2010, he went home to be with the Lord. So
what was your life like right after that? I mean, because here you are in a group, you lost a husband and a job.
Right. I lost my job, I lost my best friend, my husband, my kid's dad. Like everything in my whole life was wrapped up in us being together. And so when he passed away, I was just frantic. I didn't know what to do. I was 30 years old with two kids, which is an anomaly because I'm just 25 now.
Yeah, right.
I
I
don't
love you.
know how that
Well, you know
happened, but
what? You could pass for it.
could I?
Oh, yes. Yes. Especially on
That's my-
YouTube. The pictures are real small and you
Yeah,
can't focus real good. No, you
yeah,
you look fantastic.
yeah.
So,
But
so I
if you
mean,
don't
your
have your
life,
glasses, you stay a good distance away.
you were really, I mean, it was a earth shattering, life changing event, wasn't it?
For sure,
What would you
yeah.
tell
And
if you what would you tell that TaRanda now? I mean, looking
oh
if you could have
gosh,
said something to that TaRanda, okay, girl,
you know,
here
Mark,
we're
I
fixing to
was
go
so
through
full of
this.
anxiety and fear. I think if I could tell that to read anything, it would just be just hang in there, just hold on, calm down. Not everything's an end of the world moment. You know, at that time with the rug being jerked out from under my feet, everything became a big deal. Everything. If we didn't have, if I didn't have the right ingredients for a dish, it was that it was just I would lose it.
Really?
Everything was a big deal, and so I became actually fell into depression and sought counsel and had extensive counseling and medication, and I was diagnosed psychotic OCD, severely depressed,
Mm.
which basically means angry and wanting to be in control of everything. I think because he left, I was pretty angry at God because I risked my life to save his.
You risked your life to save him, and then he dies. Is
Right.
that
So
what?
what was the point? So I went through a lot of anger and a lot of hostility and anxiety. I think if I could talk to myself back then, I would say, settle down, girl. Simmer down. It's going to be okay.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Well, I just figure somebody might be watching who might be going through that, and you could. I was just wondering what
Yeah,
you'd
I
say, because
think,
it's one thing for me to say, and I talked to you during this time, I'm sure,
you
and
did.
it's one thing for me to say, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'll pray for you, but I don't. You've been through it. I mean,
Well, the thing is, where I was, I didn't want to hear "I'm praying for you"
yeah.
because I was angry with the circumstance, and I was angry that I just was full of questions. Like,
What
why
would
in
you
the
have
world?
liked to have heard? What
I
could
think I would like to have heard somebody just say, "I don't get it.
this sucks?
This sucks. I'm here." That's it.
That's pretty
I
good.
just wanted somebody to be there because I had lost my best friend. I just needed somebody to be there.
Well,
But the problem was I was so caught up in myself and so self-centered at that point that I just started making horrible decisions. I mean, in my depression and my search for someone or something to fill that void, I went out into all the wrong places and did all the wrong things trying to figure it out. And that's the hard part is, how do you
so
stay?
we could really help our ratings if you just tell us what you did.
I bet you would. You wouldn't want to know the things I did. You wouldn't have me on this show if you knew.
Oh, please. Let me tell you something. We're all a pack of freaks trying to find our way home. That's all we are. All of us. We've all been
You know
through
what
stuff.
you told me a long time ago. You said we don't help people by showing them our trophies. We help people by showing them our scars.
Yeah,
And that's the truth.
it is.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
And so, if I can say anything, you just need to know wherever your mind's going, I was probably there. There was a day where I thought, okay, if I take this pill and this pill together, and if I mix it with that drink, or if I took 4 of my sleeping pills, would I just stay asleep, or would it do something? There were days I had 4 prescription medications that I was trying to figure out which ones to take at the same time just to make it all quit, just go away. I just wanted it to go away.
How many years was that process from the time he died? You took this long road home. How
Yeah.
many years would you say was that before Landon came along, or before you started recovering, or whatever happened next?
Well, the deepest part of the black hole I was in lasted around 3 years, about 3 years. Um, and then I was starting to come out at that point. And the thing about coming out is, I mean, I feel like depression is talked about quite a bit. I think you hear more about it today, definitely, than we used to. Um, but the thing that I want to tell people, I want you to understand how bad it was, so that you can understand how good it is now, so that I can be a living example of hope, and not just tell you about hope, but you can watch my life and know that it does get better, and there is a reason to live, and you know, it's just doing the work, taking the steps, and God just holding my hand. You know,
Were you ever suicidal during this time?
I never, I don't think and this is a weird statement, but I don't think I was ever brave enough to kill myself. But the closest I got, I mean, I definitely wanted it to end. I didn't want to harm myself. I didn't want my children to find me there. My children kept me from a lot of things, I think. But you know, when I would mix the pills but then I would tell my mom. I remember one time I mixed this concoction, this pill cocktail, and took it all. And I thought, okay, I need to tell mom, because I was living with her. We were living with her. And I said, I need to tell my mama, just in case something happens. So I went to my mom, and of course I lied about it and just told her, I forgot I took my sleeping pill just now. So if I fall asleep, just check on me. So I think I wasn't brave enough to actually, you know, commit suicide, but that I was definitely there, where if I died, I would be fine.
You know, anybody watching this who might be thinking of hurting yourself, for some reason, I need to let you know, I feel compelled to tell you, you're not alone.
That's
To
it.
tell somebody, please tell somebody, call somebody, call a pastor, call anybody. Just when you shed light on it, that's the first step. And you're not alone. There's medicine for that. There's medicine if you have something wrong with your brain, just like
Yeah,
if there's something wrong with your heart. I take
absolutely.
metformin, okay?
Yeah.
I take medicine for my potential diabetes, so I won't get that. I don't have a thyroid. I mean, and anyone tell you if you had faith, you wouldn't need the medicine for the brain. Like my friend Shonda Pierce says, tell them to take their glasses off and drive home.
Right, exactly
Yeah,
right.
and also tell them not to get that heart surgery, that open bypass.
Right.
Yeah, let me tell you something. There's medicine for that, and get
Well,
help.
Mark, the thing is too, people want to self-diagnose depression. It's more than just, gosh, this was a terrible day.
Yeah,
That's not necessarily depression. That's a
no,
bad day,
yeah,
or a bad week,
right,
or you've fallen into a slum and nothing's going right. That's not necessarily depression. But we're so quick to go to the doctor to get all these things checked out. But you know, there's been such a stigma in the church that we don't want to go to the right person to get our brains checked out.
right.
And you know, we're afraid that somebody's going to make fun of us, or it's some kind of sin in our life, or whatever it is that has been projected onto you to make you feel like you can't go get yourself checked out and get the help that you need. Because God knows I'm only here today because of the mercies of the Lord and several doctors that were willing to help me,
Yeah.
my family praying for me, you know. And so I would encourage anyone in that position, if you think you might be in depression, if you think something's just off, you're just not who you used to be, or you don't respond to things the way you used to respond to things, please go find someone. Don't be
Exactly.
alone, because you're not alone.
So, TaRanda, when you come up out of this depression, and then when did Landon come into your life? I love that you married Landon Bean, because that makes you TaRanda Green Bean, and everybody loved that when you.
Well, as if TaRanda weren't enough.
I know, really. But
Yes.
you know what?
So
You
I
have
know
taken that
Landon.
name and made it class. You are one of the, you know, greatest singers alive, in my opinion, that I
Thank
have
you.
heard. And I'm not, I mean, of course, Bill says I speak in hyperbole, and it may be, I don't know, but you are one of the masters. I think of Sandy Patty, and she was one of them. And
Yes.
and then there's Streisand, and there's, you know, people who can hold notes for days. And then you come along with this new record called The Healing, which I want to put the cover back up since this is almost like the Tonight Show, but not. Oh, it covers my head. Look, this is her new CD. Y'all, you got to go get it. And there is a song on here, and you can get it at TaRandaMusic.com. There is a song on here about the stone is rolled away.
Yes.
I called Joel Lindsay when I heard that song, because I called you first. I said, who wrote it? You said Joel Lindsay, and I called him. There is a line in there that says, from the addict on the street to the addict in the pews, the stone is rolled away. Oh my gosh. And I called Joel, and he said, you know, Mark, when I was writing that line, I froze for quite a while, wondering, can I say that? You know, to the addict in the pew. Didn't know if, you know.
Well, we were talking about, we all met in this room, and Landon, my husband, actually pushed me to do this record, because the hardest thing for me is to get started on something. Once I'm involved, I'll finish it every time, but getting started on it, because there's so much in life, so many distractions. So it's been 4 years since I've released a record,
Right.
a gospel record. So Joel Lindsay and Jaron Davis and Wayne Hahn and I were in a room in New York City. Joel pitched this idea of, for all these different situations, the stone is rolled away. And I was like, I love that. I said, let's figure this out. So he had gotten a lot of the verse and the chorus written, but we needed that tag, you know, like the hook line.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking about second verse, and I said, Joel, here's the thing. When I was away from the Lord and when I was trying to figure it all out, I was still in church on Sunday. I said, I think there are a lot of people in that situation where you're going to live like hell on Saturday night, but you come into church on Sunday because you're just still searching for peace, you know. And so we started writing, and those lyrics came out, and I'm like, that's exactly it. That's exactly
Hey,
what
sing
I
a
want.
little bit of that. Sing just a little bit. Verse and chorus and verse and chorus. Just sing some. I love it.
So the chorus is, he took to the cross, submitted to death. He loved each of us with his last fleeting breath. Then he shattered the locks that were holding the chains, took back the keys of every prison you face. We can live in this freedom today. The stone is rolled away.
Oh, I love that so much. All right, now you got to sing the part about the attic. Where's that?
Okay.
Can you find it in your
So
head?
the second verse is every person in my life.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the first line is me, second line is Landon, third line was, okay. So the first line is, for every single mom who's made mistakes. And then the choir sings, stone is rolled away. The second line is, for every businessman about to break. Oh, the stone is rolled away.
Yes, ma'am.
For every addict on the street and every addict in the pew, there is mercy upon mercy that was purchased just for you. There's no reason to stay in the grave. The stone is rolled away.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you, when I heard this song, I downloaded your song from iTunes, which you can get it there too, y'all, so you don't have to wait for it to come in the mail. So I went to iTunes and I was listening to it, and when I came to that song, you know, there's some songs, I call it, you know, when you're hearing from home. You that watch this program have heard me say that before, and you'll hear it again, but I believe it. You know when you're hearing from home, and you know when you're hearing caca.
Right.
You know, because you have no need that any man teach you. You have the Spirit of God living in you that will lead you into all truth. And it's right here. You know when you're hearing from home. And man, I heard from home on that song. And I was just by myself, just worshiping, crying. Now, what song on this project does that to you?
Oh, I think all of them for different reasons, you know, because I recorded them. But this is the first. This is right. There is that. But this is the first album that that I've written or co-written songs.
Oh, really?
And
Okay, which ones did you co-write or write?
So The Stone Is Rolled Away,
Good.
and When the Healing Comes.
And you wrote
And
that
so
with
I
who?
wrote those two.
Who did you write When the Healing Comes with?
The team of Joel and Jaron and Wayne.
Oh,
Joel
oh.
and Wayne, Hahn, and Jaron Davis. We wrote those two songs
So
that
were
day.
y'all all in the same room?
We were in New York. We were in a practice studio in New York.
So you walked in and said, okay. And someone had the hook. Who had the hook?
Joel had the hook for The Stone Is Rolled Away. And then he said, I just have some lyric. We need to finish the lyric. I don't have melody or anything. So I created the melody. Jaron Davis and Wayne Hahn created the chords to go along. And then we got to the bridge, and we were in New York. And I love Broadway shows. And so the bridge, because for me, I was just playing the part. And so I try to take every song personally. So I feel like if I can take it personally, then I can deliver it to you. If it doesn't touch me personally, I can't relate to it. I can't deliver it to you because it's not going to be, it won't be effective.
Right.
And so when we got to the bridge, I said, and so because the stone is rolled away, we can take off the mask. We can take off our mask, our shame labels we put on ourselves because we belong to Him. And so it was like a Broadway feel in the studio, you know? And so we did this really cool vocal, you belong thing. It felt kind of like Rent, you know, the musical Rent, like the stacking of vocals. So we did that one that day, and we did When the Healing Comes. I wanted a song about the second coming of Christ.
Yeah.
But when I read Revelation, a lot of times, and it grows, you know, I guess as you get older and you really start understanding things, some things you can understand, but a lot of it just, I can't fathom it. It's so far out there, you know.
I know. Where do you land? Pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib?
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't, when I read
pan-trib.
Revelation,
It's going to all pan out.
It will. It'll all be fine.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to take the approach of, because God has healed me, and because, you know, of all the things in the world, everything we're seeing, I just looked at them and I said, guys, because when Jesus comes back, that's when the healing comes. When Jesus comes back and we're finally all healed and we're home and we're not struggling and we're not, you know, all of these things that are happening around
like
us will finally be done.
Yeah. Well,
So,
finally, yeah, that'd be great.
So those two songs we started there.
Yeah. And so how is it? It came out when? Just
August 10th, just
August
a few weeks
10th,
ago.
this month. So is it doing good?
I think so.
I
I mean, you know, I'm not like a million record seller, but it seems to be going over well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this day and age, you just got to hope for downloads.
Right. And as far as that's going, I think it's going pretty well. So.
Okay, what else could you sing for us? What's something you could sing a cappella, just the whole song, just because we can't pay copyrights on YouTube, so it has to be a cappella.
So, Landon's whispering to me. He wants me to sing another song off my record called Uphill Climb. Did you hear that one?
I'm sure I did.
Do you like that one? Janet Paschal did it years ago, and they rewrote the second verse for me.
Okay.
So it goes, well, if I can remember the own song. Okay. She's sitting by the window when he walks into the room, holding 12 red roses in full bloom. He puts them in her arms and says, I love you so. Happy anniversary from 60 years ago. She smiles and softly asks him for his name. A tear rolls down his cheek and then he whispers it again. Sometimes love is an uphill climb. It's a lonely road to follow, a heavy load to bear. Sometimes love is patient and kind, but sometimes love is an uphill climb. And then you asked me about Landon, and the second verse is about our family. Landon came into my life, and we related on the level of hurt, and we related on the level of mistakes, and we related on the level of needing someone to understand that. And Landon is my other half in
Yes,
this
he
life.
is.
And God, I mean, if you believe in soulmates, Landon is mine. And so I called Joel and I said, Joel, I can't sing this baseball story, the second verse, but would you and Janet want to write something about my life, about our story that I could sing? And, we have a blended family. We have 4 kids together. And so Joel and Janet wrote this. She whispers to her babies, everything will be okay, but wonders how it all turned out this way. Meanwhile, she's staring at a dusty photograph, trying to remember when he smiled and when he laughed. Then God took what was left of love undone, and carefully he wove 2 broken families into one. It always makes me cry.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. Yes.
Is an uphill climb.
Yes.
It's a lonely road to follow, a heavy load to bear. Sometimes love is patient and kind. Sometimes love is an uphill climb.
Oh, man. I bet some of y'all tonight tuning in or feel like your life is an uphill climb sometimes too, but y'all keep climbing.
Keep climbing. Don't give up.
I heard an old preacher say one time, if you're going through hell, keep walking. Don't stop, And you know what? Why don't we pray for these people? And then I forgot to do Tori Taft, my foreign correspondent, but I want you to just pray for anybody who might be watching, would you? And
Absolutely.
Just ask the Lord to touch them, and especially anybody out there who feels alone, going through something like what TaRanda went through, lost a loved one. Let's just pray.
Father, we thank you for this night. God, thank you for letting me talk to my friend Mark tonight. And Lord, we just thank you for the people who are watching. We have no idea what they're going through, where they are in their life. But God, I do know this. You are a trustworthy God.
Yes.
And you are a trustworthy Father. And God, I just pray for these people, Lord, that they would feel your love wrapped around them. Maybe there are people that are so caught up in things that they can't see you, or they can't feel you, they can't hear your voice. God, I just ask you to still them tonight.
Yes.
And still their souls, still their hearts, so that they can feel you, Lord. Feel your arms wrapping around them. And Lord, if anything in my life could be said, Lord, help me be a living testimony of your love and your power and your mercy and your grace. And God, just let my life be a witness to them that they can overcome. Through your power and your love, they can overcome any circumstance they're in. Maybe they've shied away from the church. Maybe they shied away from you, God. Just tonight, Lord, let them know you're real. I don't know how you're going to do that, but Lord, I do trust you enough to know that you will. And I just pray for them. I pray for their spirits. I pray for their families. I pray for in the morning when they open their eyes that it'll be a brand new day, and they will know that you have mercies upon mercies to give them every single day of their life. God is worth living. The living is worth living, and the love is worth loving. God, just help us love you more. Help us see you in everything that we do. And Lord, let us ever be grateful for another breath to breathe and another day to tell the story of your love. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. Well, if you're watching, I I don't know that we've ever actually broke off into prayer like that, but I felt like somebody needed it. And I love your story, TaRanda. I've loved watching you since you were 12, evidently. Even though I don't really remember that experience, but once I heard you sing and you entered the homecoming family, and golly, I've seen you grow so much, and you've seen me grow too. We've kind of grown together, haven't we? I mean,
Well, we both had different hair colors.
yeah, yeah.
I was back when I was blonde.
I'm a few years down the road from you, but I still feel like we're on the same journey. And we didn't talk about. Okay, we're going to come right back after this message from our foreign correspondent, and we're going to talk a little bit about Kana's voice. We didn't even get into any of that, so I do want to talk about that. Let me find. Where's my little Tori? Here she is, Tori. Okay, here it is. Hold on, y'all. I tell you, this is not ABC.
You're doing such a
great job. Hey everybody, this is
Mark.
Tori Taft, your foreign correspondent on the ground here in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. Well, on this Labor Day, I thought we'd celebrate small businesses because that is the lifeblood of a little town like this that depends on tourism. The Findery, one of my favorite shops here, recently got a new owner. Let's go meet them. Why, look, here's the new owner now. The fruit of my loins, Maddie Rose Taft. So, you've been a small business owner about how long?
Couple months.
And the Findery, even before you owned it, is one of my favorite places because it specializes and carries mostly local artists and crafters. So there's all kinds of things in here. It's very eclectic, and I love looking around it.
Yeah, a little something for everybody.
That's true. So are you enjoying being a business owner?
Mm-hmm. It's stressful, but it's fun.
Well,
I get to meet a lot of people, so it's really cool.
that's true. You teach yoga in here too sometimes, don't you?
Yep, out on the front porch. And when it's not here, it's at the park.
Front porch yoga, only in Bell Buckle.
Like I said, we offer a little bit of everything. So come to the Findery for a little bit of everything, including yoga.
So happy Labor Day to everybody, and remember, everybody needs a little bell buckle and possibly a giant stained glass horseshoe in their lives because nursing homes are expensive, y'all, and I only had 2 kids, and we want a nice one. So come to the Findery.
Oh, thank you, Tori Taft. Isn't that funny? Let me turn you back on, honey. I put you. Thank you, our foreign correspondent from Bell Buckle, Tennessee, Tori Taft. Y'all, you've got to go to Bell Buckle sometime. And they're not even a sponsor of the program. We don't have any sponsors except those YouTube ads they add on there. But let me just tell you, Bell Buckle's a fun place. Have you been to Bell Buckle, TaRanda?
I have not, but I love Tori and Russ. I need to go.
I know. And he's got a new movie coming out.
I know. Oh my gosh, talk about a testimony movie.
Oh yeah, he's got a movie coming out.
That's going to change lives.
Oh yeah, it's going to be amazing. Okay, now let's talk about Kana's voice. This is a trio y'all started probably 5 years ago now.
3 or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. And it's Doug Anderson, who used to be with Ernie and Signature Sound, Jody McBrayer, who was with Avalon, and is he back with Avalon too?
Well, they just made an announcement. They're going to do like not a reunion, but a regrouping. And yes, the short of it is yes. Jana and Greg Long and Jody McBrayer, and they found this other amazing singer in New York. Her name's Danny. So they're going to do some Avalon dates. They're doing a record, but there's what's his with a new song. What's his name, Leon? I can't think of it right now.
Eddie Carswell, Jake.
Jake Carswell is doing a CCM reunion tour in the next couple months. And so they're doing those dates. And then maybe 4 or 5 days, something like that. Like, it's not going to be a big tour or anything.
And don't let anybody get confused. This is not going to affect Kana's voice at all or vice versa. It's like when I did solo dates, I had a complete solo career while I was still a member of the Gaither Vocal Band, so you can juggle 2 things in this day and age.
Well, we've all kept up our solo careers while doing Kana's voice, and then now Jody's going to have another Avalon thing.
Oh, that's right.
I'm excited because I loved Avalon.
Oh yeah, so really it's 3 careers: your solo career for him, Jody, right. Avalon, and Kana's voice.
Right.
Wow, that's going to be.
But
busy.
luckily, I mean, Kana's voice only does the idea for us was to do like 40 dates a year or something like that. Like not Not 4 days a week by any means, but
How
you know,
are the
like
dates going on the Big Voice tour?
Mark, it's so fun. Come ride the bus with us.
Tell me about
It's
it. Tell
so
me. It's
fun.
David Phelps and Kana's Voice and
Yes.
Charlotte Ritchie,
Yes.
right? And that
And
is
Jaron Davis is on there with us too.
so
On
Jaron's.
that, play piano on that tour.
Oh wow!
So it is every night is different.
Are
and
y'all all
we get
on
to
one
sing.
bus?
No, are you kidding me? We'd kill each other.
How many people are there on that tour?
So David's bus has David, Charlotte, Greg, Danny, their tour manager. He probably has 10 or 12 people on his bus.
Oh,
Something like his bus is full.
yeah.
But then we have Kana's Voice and Jaron and Landon.
Okay.
So we've a smaller
Yeah,
amount of
your
people
bus
ride.
would be the one to
It's
ride
just-
on because
You
it's
can ride on
not
my
it's
bus.
not so crowded.
Yes.
Of course, it's really my
Yeah.
bus is the one to ride on because it's me, Q, and the driver.
Yes.
Oh, I do love.
You won't let me
Hey,
have your bed, Mark.
I'm sorry.
You won't let me have your bed in the back, that nice one.
You can buy the bus at the end of the year. I am selling the immaculate contraption at the end of the year. If anyone is interested out there, my Prevost bus, because when I come back in 2020 after my year off, I'm just going to fly out and do concerts. I'm not going to tour anymore. I'm retiring from touring, but I will do spot dates like that.
That's the way to do it. That's what I do for the most part, is fly to all my dates, or, you know, unless Kana's Voice has a tour, I'll get on a bus. But we're headed to the West Coast this week.
Oh, really? The Big Voice tour?
The Big Voice tour.
Do you know
we're
where-
headed to the West Coast.
Do you know where you'll be this weekend?
Yes.
Landon
Okay,
should
let's
know.
look
He's
it up.
sitting right there. Landon, get in the photo and let's see you.
He don't have his hat on. He's
It
scared
don't
of his hair.
matter. Everybody knows he's bald.
I know. Shh, don't tell him.
Shh, don't tell him.
Okay, so September 6th is Tucson, Arizona. You see his nose? Look,
I did, Landon. I saw your nose. Look in here, Landon. Everybody wants to meet you.
Glenna, come over here. Say hi. Fix your hair. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Come
Barbara
over.
Nelson wants to know how many TVs do you have on
There's-
your bus?
Hi,
You
Mark.
look good, Landon. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. You look good, Mark.
I was at y'all's wedding. Now, y'all, let me tell you, they know how to throw a wedding.
It was great, wasn't it?
That was a great wedding.
We want to get married again. Just
Why
have
don't
that.
y'all buy my bus, Landon?
Mark, because I don't have your kind of money.
Oh, please. It's cheap now. It's been used.
You know what? I know you're so touched by TaRanda's ministry, and everybody here on YouTube is
He's about
listening.
to turn this.
You know what?
You
Somebody
to
listening
bless
could write
TaRanda's
a
ministry
check.
by. You see how he talks right over me when I'm about to tell everybody on YouTube that he's going to donate his bus to TaRanda Ministries?
Oh, Landon, you are out of your mind. Listen, let me pray about it. Wait, hold on. Let me pray about it. He said no.
He did. Okay. Well, that settles that.
I love you guys. So,
Well,
TaRanda,
we'll be on a bus this week. The September 6th is Tucson. The 7th is Highland, California. The 8th is Rockland, Fresno, Nampa, Vancouver, Bothell, Spokane.
so if
so
you're
we're
in
really
any of those
excited.
cities, you can go on what website can they buy tickets?
imcconcerts.com or
Wait. Let me put that up here. Hold on a second. This is almost ABC. Hold on. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Y'all just give me 1 second. It's imcconcerts.
.com.
Is that concerts.com?
Blur.
Okay, IMC Concert. I hope that's right. All right, imcconcerts.com. You can go there and you get tickets for the Big Voice
They
tour.
can get all the information
And
right
the
there.
whole second half, we're on stage together just singing all kinds of stuff.
And the first half is you.
Kana's Voice opens, and then
Yep.
David will do a set, and then intermission. And then we all come back.
Have fun.
And we just sing songs that aren't ours and songs that, you know, we
Have
just
fun.
do whatever.
Well, that'd
Yes.
be a good concert to go to if you live in any of those cities on the West Coast. All right, before I let you leave, and make sure I've done everything.
Oh.
What?
I have a YouTube channel too.
What is
So
it?
I don't know. We need to talk about if we can share this on there or whatever we need to do. I don't know if we can do
You'll
that.
like
We'll
it.
talk
You'll
about it
give
later.
a thumbs up.
But go to my YouTube page, which is just TaRanda Greene.
Okay, so it'd be
I'm
you.
sorry, that's not it. What's my
TaRanda
YouTube?
Space Music, and it's got your new picture.
See, I don't even know what my thing says.
TaRanda's Face Music.
No, TaRanda, TaRanda,
Uh-huh.
and then a space.
Oh, Space.
Music,
Not the
Music.
one with the angel.
And it has all my new pictures and stuff of my
Okay.
new record. And
All right.
so we're trying to put up like live things from live, from the weekend shows and stuff.
Okay,
But
well,
there's that.
before we
and
go,
Christmas.
and I cannot believe we have had a wonderful. This has been an hour. Have y'all enjoyed Mondays with Mark with TaRanda Greene, my sweet TaRanda, who I've known since 12?
We only had that one time when the demons visited. Otherwise, it was.
We don't have
I don't know
say
what
that
happened.
again. I missed that. What?
We only had that one time when the demons visited,
It's-
and then otherwise it was clear.
I don't know about no demons, but I do know we've always had a good time. All right, before we go, sing me one more song. Sing everybody a good night, hope you sleep tight song, and I'll see you next Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube. Mondays with Mark, with my guests will be the entire Collinsworth family.
Mark, here's the song I think of when I think of you.
All right.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do.
Sing, girl.
I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a queen and foolish though it may seem to me. That's everything. The mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go till I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower.
That's the
Your
face.
eyes in stars above.
Oh, sing.
It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love.
There's always a little bit of a delay, or I'd sing harmony with you. I love you,
it.
TaRanda. Thank you for being
I
on
love
Mondays
you,
with
Mama.
Mark, with me, and please, y'all, go to iTunes, type in TaRanda. I bet she's the only one on iTunes, and get
Yes.
her new CD, The Healing.
Healing.
Especially get that song that I love the most.
Yes.
If you get the whole
Stone is
album,
rolled
then
away.
yeah, The Stone is Rolled Away. Oh my gosh, y'all go listen to that, and you're going to agree with me. It'll make a Baptist talk in tongues. God bless you all. Good night. See you next week.
Good night. Thank you, Mark.
Bye bye. All right.
Bye.
Okay, let's see. We're done.